Well, what do you got to say now for the Flyers? You know what? Not much has changed for the Flyers since last year. You know, for the Flyers home opener on tu- on Tuesday against the San Jose Sharks, it was a awful game. We get we get their asses handed to them in front of our home crowds, 8-2, and lack of defense really sucks. And it all started that JVR is hurt. Uh, JVR will be out 5 weeks with a lower body injury, and Nolan Patrick is out for 10 days with an upper body injury, and then I saw Scott Lawton got. I thought he got hurt against the Vegas Knights in our own barn, and then luckily he came back to play, and then Oscar Lindblom got hurt today against the Vegas Knights. I just don't understand. But first I'm going to get started with the Flyers home opener against the San Jose Sharks. We got it was an awful game, but I'm going to get right to it about when the Flyers are down 4-0. It was a kicking motion against the Sharks, and it should have been reviewable. Now, damn it, Dave Hextall, you should have used the coach's challenge. I don't know what the hell you were thinking. Okay, you should have used the coach's challenge when it was 4-0. Okay, I don't know what the hell you were thinking. Okay, I mean, you. I mean, yeah, we lost 8-2, and I also hate to say it about Brian Elliott, but he's starting to suck. I mean, God damn it, Brian Elliott, you're better than that, okay? I thought you were a great goalie. Last year you were a pretty good goalie, and now you're starting to suck. You gave up 8 goddamn goals on Tuesday night against the Sharks. And you obviously gave up a goal in the third period. And Ron and as much as a good GM Ron Hextall is, sometimes he could be a candy ass too. I mean, he's starting to, it's time for him to start putting his foot down. Especially with our defense and the goalie, it's the same crap every year now. I don't know what to expect with the Flyers. I know I said to you that they're going to make the playoffs, but if they continue to play like this, they're not going anywhere. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised if the Flyers don't make the postseason. I mean, I know it's early in the season, but I know it's too soon for me to hit the panic button, but sooner or later, I'm probably going to have to if the Flyers don't, if they don't continue, if they don't do what they're doing. I mean, if they don't go back doing well, I mean, I mean, you know, I just don't know what to think. Okay, and you know, and the Flyers' next game is on Tuesday against the Florida Panthers, and I think and I wouldn't be surprised if the Flyers lose. And next Saturday, I'm going to the Flyers Devils game 1 week from today, and I already know the Flyers are going to lose to the Devils. Okay, I mean, I hope they prove me wrong, but I don't think so. I mean, Corey Schneider is a good goalie, and so is Keith Kincaid, and we're expected Corey Schneider to come back soon. And you have Taylor Hall, who's doing pretty well, and Nico Ishier is having a good solid game too. So I just don't think the Flyers are all there yet. You know, I I you know I think you know I just don't think they're a playoff contender if they continue to play like crap. You know, if I mean if Brian Elliott's going to continue to give up goals, if he's going to continue to give up freaking goals like that, then you know what? I don't I don't I don't give a damn if the Flyers don't make the playoffs if they continue to play like that. I mean, yes, I mean I do care if how they play. I'm still going to watch every game. You know, I've said this to you. We've had this conversation last year that you know if the Flyers if the Flyers lose 25 to 50 games, I'm still going to watch it. Okay, I'm not going away. I'm still going to watch every game if the Flyers lose, whether if the Flyers lose 25 or 50 games. I'm always going to be a fan. Okay, I'm always going to root for the Flyers and cheer for the Flyers and go to the game 4 or 5 times a year. Why? Because I'm a real fan. Okay. If the Flyers lose 50 games or 70 games, I'm not going to jump on to another team and I'm not going to be a pussy and root for the LA Kings, the Vancouver Canucks, the Chicago Blackhawks, or the Minnesota Wild. Why? Because that's not how I roll. Okay. Okay. So the only one, but I will say that Shane Gostisbehere has done well. He scored a goal against the Sharks, and so did Wayne Simmons. Okay, but Wayne Simmons he's starting to do a little better. Okay, Claude Giroux is doing a little better too, but you know he you know he you know but he's not 100% yet. But Logan Couture, Joe Pavelski, as a matter of fact, Joe Pavelski has done well against the Flyers. And okay, so Thomas Hurdle and Barclay Goodrow Goodrow and Evander Kane. He's starting to get hot. Okay. And but I still have a lot of respect for Joe Thornton. Okay, he's my age. He's 39 years old, and I still have a lot of respect for him. So, and but you know, but but quite frankly, the San Jose Sharks were a much better team than the Flyers are, and I do pick the San Jose Sharks to go all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. But Flyers did play a better game on Wednesday night against the Ottawa Senators. You know, I was happy the way the Flyers played against the Senators, but you know what? I'm not going to fall for it. But don't get too attached because you never know what they're going to do. and as a matter of fact, they didn't show up on the frickin' ice today either. They try to score, but not enough. Not enough to pass by. Not enough to pass by Marc-Andre Fleury. But I will say that Jake Voracek did amazing against the Ottawa Senators at the Canadian Tire Center. Scott Laughton has done well. Robert Hagg and Claude Giroux. And Scott Laughton has done well. I mean, I think he's starting to get the rhythm. But I was, and you know what? The problem with the Flyers, they're having bad luck with these injuries. I thought Scott Laughton would be out for I don't know how many weeks, but I'm glad he got back on the ice. And I don't know how long Oscar Lindblom's going to be out for the Flyers, but with these injuries, with these injuries the Flyers been having, they have to overcome it. The players have to step up. Okay. But congratulations to Cody Eakin for the Vegas Knights for beating my Flyers today, 1-0. So there you go. I mean, come on, man, really? I mean, I didn't think it was all Brian Elliott's fault for the past few games, but he's given up some of the softest goals too. But you know what? And one thing, and head coach Dave Haxtell, he really hasn't been in his A game this season. And you know what? If Ed Snyder was still alive today, he would crack the whip on Ron Hextall and fire Dave Haxtell's ass. I mean, I'm not saying Dave Haxtell is another Chip Kelly, but he's not as bad as Chip Kelly, and I would say that Dave Haxtell is tied for Gabe Kapler for the Phillies. I mean, Gabe Kapler he's not the best manager, and I don't think Dave Haxtell is the best head coach either. I mean, we need somebody like Rod Brindamore or Mark Recchi who can coach. I mean, they already have a coaching job. I mean, and Rick Tocchet is with the Phoenix Coyotes. Rod Brindamore is coaching for the Carolina Hurricanes, and Mark Recchi is the assistant coach for the Boston Bruins. But I just don't know what to expect. I mean, I don't know what to expect right now for the Flyers. I mean, their schedule's not going to get easier right now. I just don't think the Flyers are going to win anytime soon. Not the way they've been playing. But before I close off this video, Calvin Pickard has been doing very well against the Ottawa Senators. Cal Pickard is the backup goaltender for the Flyers, so he's been doing pretty well, and I got to say that Carter Hart is doing pretty well for the Phantoms, but time will tell. But I am finally recording this video on my iPad this time. The past few times I've been using my phone, but this time I'm using my iPad. I want to be a little bit more prepared for breaking this down to you. I know sometimes you have to plan things to to break down the Flyers. But yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I am pissed off the way the Flyers been playing. You know, for against the Vegas Knights and the San Jose Sharks. But you know, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Losing to the Colorado Avalanche and the San Jose Sharks is so annoying. And even today, we probably could have won that game against the Knights at home. But at the same token, I wasn't surprised that the Flyers lost to the Knights at home, because we lost to the Knights at home last year too. But and then we have the Columbus Blue Jackets on Thursday as well. So, and they'll be at the Nationwide Arena. If they can win, I don't know if that's going to be a winnable game or not. But you know what everybody says, right? We have to expect the unexpected. So, but hey, at least the Eagles won. It was a much needed win for the Eagles against the Giants on Thursday night. But go Birds, go Sixers, coming up against the Celtics, and go Wings. The Wings lacrosse game in December. All right, everybody, that's about do it for me, and I'll see you all in my next video, and we'll see what the Flyers do. All right, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.